Welcome back to Crypto Researcher. Today we're going to look at FatCat. Now, we made a video a while ago, but they rebranded the logo, they rebranded the website, and basically, if someone looks at it and looks at my video, they're going to be like confused and not understand what's going on. Also, the website looks a lot better, so I thought let's cover it and let's really give them another little shot. Okay, so this is their old logo. I had to look around to find this thing. Basically, it was just a cat. And now they've changed to this flashy new website with this logo here. Let me see the Twitter here. This is a better visualization of it. And their Twitter is fatcat_coin. They're growing nicely. They've got 2,158 followers now. And the website is fatcat.army. Now, this is a very, very special kind of meme coin / reflection coin. It's not a reflection token you might think. This is the next evolutionary step in reflections, if you ask me. It's called ReflectFi. It was just named like a month ago, basically. And this project is only about three to 4 months old. I think it was in November they started trading. Now, what is ReflectFi? So ReflectFi is the combination of reflections plus DeFi to create something that is self-sustaining and just grows on its own without new users having to be onboarded. Because that's the big problem with reflection tokens is at a certain point, they just need to keep getting users to be able to keep funding the reflections. And if user growth slows down, then it all crashes down and becomes worthless. Now, that is what FatCat is trying to basically avoid. Okay, so let's go look at the charts. Now, this is the FatCat chart, the whole of it. It started around here, let's see, 20th of November. And it started at about $5,000 market cap. It had a stealth launch, no pre-sale, nobody knew about it basically. And then it slowly started to gain a little bit of traction. And then boom, a huge viral spike. And then obviously after you have a huge viral spike going from $5,000 market cap all the way to 5-6 million, that's over 1,000x within 2 to 3 months. Then obviously some people took some profits, and now we're in a little bit of a range. And I think this is the perfect time to buy. And my thesis for that is because if we look at Shiba Inu, Shiba Inu, it's a very well-known super coin from the last bull run. It went pretty crazy. And as you can see, it's got these kind of the same chart pattern. It's got a huge spike and then down a little bit of a range, and then it'll go up a spike again. And this has happened all the way back. Like if we look here, if we zoom in, you see this is this big spike. This might look like a small bump. When we come close to this, it's again a big spike and a range, and then before that spike. And then if we go back even further, you'll notice another one here. This is how it moves. This is how a meme coin with viral tendencies moves. So if you look at the start of Shiba, okay, it had the start, and then there was a big period of nothing. Then all of a sudden, a spike up, and then people sold. And then this would have been the time when they would have thought, oh, Shiba is dead. But that's when you have to buy it. This is the exact time, the range. This is not financial advice, but looking at history, once it has a big spike and it's in the range, this is the time to buy it. And then look, it has another spike, and then it's a range, and then it has another big spike. And then if we zoom out here, this was the first spike. You can't even see it at this point. This is what I think will happen with FatCat. And if you think this is the end of this, look at this. Boom. Like, what? And then range, and then you think, this is dead again. And then, 1 second, boom, up again, and up even higher. Like, this is how a meme coin moves. And I believe FatCat has a very good idea. Let's get into that a little bit now. But I think now you see that how Shiba moves and how FatCat is moving, that this, when it's in a range, is the perfect time to buy in. You shouldn't be buying when it's spiking up. Not financial advice. But when you're spiking up, you should not be buying. You should be buying when it's in the range. And that's when most people don't want to buy. But that's the perfect time to buy. Okay, now let's go into FatCat and see what makes it so special. Okay, so what makes FatCat so different to other reflection tokens, besides having a very good name? I mean, FatCat is pretty memorable, isn't it? Okay, so let's go down to the tax. Now, they have a 1.9% buy-sell tax. So on every trade that happens, 1.9% gets taken off, and then it gets redistributed in different ways. So 0.7% goes to holders. Okay, so if you and me hold FatCat, every time someone trades, a little bit of that goes to everybody that holds FatCat. So the more FatCat you have, the more reflections you get from the 0.7%. Here we go. Okay. And then 0.7% goes to the DeFi treasury. Now, this is the part that's very different from other reflection tokens, because other reflection tokens rely on new money in to be able to keep going and keep getting rewards. Whereas the FatCat system, it separates that. Okay, so a small part of the reflections goes to the treasury. The treasury invests in other crypto investments, and then the rewards from there come back into the FatCat ecosystem and then fuel the reflections and volume. So essentially, it can't be stopped. Like if everybody stops buying and selling FatCat today, the treasury will still keep the volume going. And in the future, the treasury will be bigger and the rewards coming back will be bigger. And also, even if a bull market happens, I believe the treasury is at 22,000 right now. If a bull market happens and it 10x's, then the treasury is going to be at 200,000. And then the rewards from that will be fueling the FatCat system. So it's just an endless opportunity for just continuous reflections. Now, I hope that kind of explains it a little bit. They've also got 0.4% going to LPs. LPs are liquidity pools on DEXs. So if you want to buy and sell, you need a liquidity pool on a DEX. It keeps adding to that. So if in some point in the future you want to sell, you have the ability to exit. But realistically, you should just be holding and selling the reflections. Now, 0.1% goes to team and marketing, which I think is very reasonable. A lot of little small junk coins really go overboard with what goes to team and marketing. And they're a little bit reasonable here with the tax system. Now, the treasury. Let's go have a little look at the treasury. We'll see they got a lot of transparency going on here. So you can just click this here on their website. And then this is a live view from a different website called D.fi, which is a portfolio scanner. And this is a live view of their treasury right now. So they have $22,744. And let's see, all of it's on BNB chain. So they have $64 worth of claimable investments. And that comes from these two trading exchanges where they're investing in liquidity pools. Like we can look at BSwap here. And they've got $14,000 in USDT BFG and $5,000 in USDT BSW. And this creates rewards. So if we look at this, you can see from BSwap or BuySwap, it's generated $48 and PancakeSwap $16. Now we look at PancakeSwap one. Okay, so they've got invested $2,500 in LVL BNB, and the PancakeSwap one generated $16, which I assume they're going to claim. And once they claim these rewards, okay, what happens is they bring it back to FatCat. And then if you imagine what they do is this. Imagine this is the price of FatCat on PancakeSwap. And imagine this is the price of FatCat on BSwap. What they'll do is with the $64, they'll buy PancakeSwap FatCat, and it goes up in price, and they'll take that and sell it on BSwap. So there's a change in price here, and they've created volume. Now what happens is arbitrage traders see this difference, and they'll buy on BSwap and then sell on PancakeSwap. So the price hasn't moved, but it's created a lot of volume with that. And then that volume means reflections, which means it fuels the whole system. This here, let's see. There we go. Okay. So it fuels this whole system. You know, it makes tax and then gives it to holders, gives more to the treasury, liquidity team, etc. So even though the price hasn't moved, it creates this churn of value for everyone involved. Now, it's also worth noting that they don't just buy and sell one time. So if this is PancakeSwap, this is BSwap, they buy, sell, and then the arbitrage traders level it out. And then they do that again and again and again until the whole funds of $65 is gone, which is actually, I hear, about 20 to 30 times. So let's see, the $64. Let's just take 30-fold. The $64 generates about $2,000 worth of volume. you know, because of the arbitrage traders also helping. You got to understand, every single time you do, or the FatCat treasury does a movement, the arbitrage traders spend money to level out the movement. They make a small profit, but what happens is the volume just skyrockets. What I'm saying is that if FatCat continues having these spikes and going up higher, it's just going to create a huge treasury that's going to be very powerful. And when it gets to something like the size of Shiba Inu, it won't be able to crash as deep as it does, because it will have a huge, powerful treasury that will continue to force volume. And when people see the volume and the reflections, they want to buy in to get the reflections in the volume. And then that just keeps the thing going, So it's an endless reflection machine, essentially, which I think is a revolutionary new idea. Reflections tokens have only been around for 2 years, more or less. And I just think nobody's really thought to create a passive system from the outside that forces the system to keep going. So I'm very hopeful about this. I think it's got lots of potential. Some little things that are also important. They have done everything they can to make themselves as trustworthy and reliable as possible. They've renounced the ownership. They've burnt the LPs. So the LPs have been sent to the burn wallet so nobody can rug it. They've also locked all the team funds from between 2024 to 2030. And you can just look at all the locks here. For example, we just take this one here, 2028. Let's go have a little look. Let's not connect the wallet. Okay, as you can see, it's got the old logo here, but there's 15 billion and it's locked until 2028. And their idea is that once it unlocks once a year, this 15 billion, which is 1.5% of the supply, they're going to harvest the reflections and then relock it. So that's the kind of trustworthy behavior they're trying to achieve here, just trying to create security so that people can trust in FatCat, which I think they've done very good in doing, because nobody else shows on their website like this kind of transparency. Look at this, like burnt LP. So here, you can click on this, boom, straight to the BSC scan burn transaction. So it's from the FatCat deployer to the dead wallet, 45 PancakeSwap LPs thingies, Yeah, so there's only 50 in total and 45 of them have been burnt. Building trust and safety. I think all in all, this is a very interesting pick. They're doing something very, very different to what other reflection tokens are doing. And I think they're going to succeed very well. They just need a little bit more exposure and then they're good to go. Okay, thank you for watching. This is not financial advice, but I do like the FatCat one.